and feel like
Good afternoon, you guys, and welcome to Kitchen Table Talk Live with SpillitBoyTV. It's so good to see you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I got some bad news that I have to actually share with you all, and I'll do that after my little intro. Not happy about that at all, but we're really going to get into what the title of this whole thing was. Child, Stevie J is back to his old tricks. Whew. All right, let's go. Let's get started. Let's get started again. Welcome to Kitchen Table Talk Live. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Hey, Clark, and just read my book. Hey, good to see you guys. What's going on? Hi, Shawnette. Listen, okay, so let's get the bad news out of the way. Get the bad news out of the way. Bad news is, like, literally, I really think she was actually my favorite of the Braxtons. She is my favorite. Her name is Tracy Braxton, who is the most normal of the clan of Braxton sisters. Tracy has actually, she's transitioned. She was in a battle with cancer over the last year or so, and we knew nothing about it. We knew nothing about it. And poor Tracy was fighting for her life. And unfortunately, that big C that I can't stand actually won the battle, and Tracy actually has transitioned and has gone on home, honey. So rest in peace, Tracy Braxton, singer, doo-wop pop girl, reality TV gold mistress. She was everything on that show. She was very, very entertaining on that show, and she wasn't the headliner. You know, the headliner of the show has always been Tony and Tamar, but trust me, one of the most entertaining things on the show was Tracy. Some of the best times that I ever experienced on the shows when Tracy was going to beat Tamar's ass. She was always going to beat Tamar's ass. Tracy always wanted to give Tamar the whoopings that Miss Evelyn didn't give her. So for that, I was always a big fan of Tracy, but she always put a smile on my face. I liked me some Tracy. She was a hairdresser. Y'all know I love old hairdresser and all those things. And she really could sing better than a lot of people gave her credit for, because again, she wasn't a headliner, so people didn't pay a lot of attention to her, but she had a lot of range and stuff in her voice that people really didn't even know about. But anyway, like I said, it was some bad news that, you know, it took me all day to get to the point of actually wanting to talk about it. I was like, I couldn't just not say anything, you know, but that would have really been my choice. I would have rather just not said anything, but I'm glad I did, because it did just kind of make me think of like all the good things that I liked about Tracy. I liked Tracy. I did. Rest in peace, Tracy Braxton. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get on out of that. You know what? This is business news. But the cancel reports is what I like to call it, the cancel reports. So it looks like it's going to be a time in the land with cancellations of these shows of our people. Baby, Nick Cannon is going by the wayside. Wendy Williams, that's a whole nother situation. So there will be no more Wendy Williams show. The Real, out. They're gonna be gone. I'm like, what is going on? So literally, after 8 seasons, low ratings is rumored to be the reason. But the Real's gone. They're gonna be gone. Adrian, Lonnie, and Garcelle, they're holding it down, but it ain't coming back, baby. It ain't coming back for the 9th season. That's the rumor. The rumor is the cancellation is due to low ratings. Jeannie Mai is pregnant and she's gone already off of the show, just on a long old hiatus. It's just like, and when you think about it, Adrian, Lonnie, and Garcelle, you're like, the big one was Tamar over there. Tamar was the drawing card. And then they did a good job carrying on without her. But I don't think the Real would have been what it is today had Tamar never been a part of it. Somebody write that down and tell Tamar, girl, I said something really, really good about you that didn't have to do with your singing. I always give her credit when it comes to her singing because I have her know she can sing her face off. She knows she can sing her face off and she's cute. She's cute. And she sing her face off. But her behaviors, I be giving her the blues. But I truly don't believe, had there been no Tamar Braxton, the Real would not be what it is today. I don't think there would have been 8 seasons. So I ain't gonna tell no lie. That ain't what I do. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Had there been no Tay-Tay, there'd be no Real. Not all this long. We might have suffered through it a season and a half, honey, and then gave them the old, child, if you don't get on out of here, honey, they wouldn't have made it 8 seasons. Nah. Lonnie's funny, but she ain't funny enough to keep us engaged no 8 seasons. It'd have been given all 3 of them would have been gone, honey. Gone, and we'd have been on to the next thing, like we get ready to move on to. Anyway, so that's that. Listen, thank you, ladies, for the time that you put in. We appreciate it. Time to move on. See you later. Nick Cannon made 6 months. Low ratings. He made 6 months, low ratings. He had the same producers as Wendy had. Okay, it's the same people that did the Wendy Williams show. Naturally, now see, for me, of all the guests that was hosting the Wendy Williams show, Nick Cannon turned the Wendy Williams show out. It just, listen, Wendy gives you this whole vibe of being at the gay club, partying at the gay club, and that's it. I'm part of the LGBTQIA and all the other letters that we're going to throw on later. I'm part of it, so I can say it. And y'all try to give me some backlash if y'all want, baby. I got what y'all looking for. Don't you come over here fooling with me. That show has always been like a trip down to the gay bar, honey, partying down at the gay bar. That's the vibe that her show gives. It's Wendy. Child, I always looked at Wendy as one of the girls. That's just the way it was. And what do you replace one of the girls with to keep everybody's attention? A man. It'd be hard to find, because truly, Wendy Williams is one of a kind. She really is. Whether you like her, whether you don't like her, whatever your feelings are about her and the things she's done, Wendy Williams is one of a kind. And I'm sure there is somebody, there's probably another female that is as entertaining, that is as abrasive, that could actually get it done. But we haven't met her just yet in this area. We just ain't met her yet. So what is the next best thing to take the people who is having a good time down at the gay club? Give them a man, a cute man. And that's what they did. They gave us Nick Cannon, and it just slid in, and he just fit. For whatever reason, he fit. Nick Cannon is just that dude. Nick Cannon is Nick enough that you don't question his sexuality. The women aren't questioning his sexuality. Thank you, exactly. Thank you for joining. They don't question his sexuality. Nick is just Nick. And then Nick is cute. Nick got the little sexy thing going on. Nick is very comfortable with who he is. And then the gays totally aren't bothered by Nick. They like him too. He don't make us feel uncomfortable. So Nick was the best thing going. Boom. He just fit right in there like a glove. And I enjoyed Nick. Some of the other ones were really good too. And Sherry Shepherd really is good. But she ain't no Nick Cannon. She ain't no Nick Cannon. And I thought Nick Cannon was better in Wendy's space than he was in his own space. And his show was cute, but I didn't, something wasn't gelling. Something wasn't gelling. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I know he fit better in Wendy's space that was already created. And I kept trying to say, what was going to go on with that space? Let me get to that in a minute. But anyway, so the producers of Wendy loved Nick so much when he was over there filling in that they went ahead and they created a show for him. And it just literally it just didn't work out. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. Hell, look at Wildin' Out. Who would have ever thought that Wildin' Out would be out and still carry it on and doing well like it is now? Because it's like a goofball show. Like, it's like, what is this? You know, I'll never forget the first time I said, what is this mess? Still here, still pushing. So you just never know. You just never know. That's why you throw all the balls at the wall and see which one sticks. That's how the game goes, period. So Nick will be fine. Nick will be absolutely fine. It is rumored that his spot is going to be taken by Jennifer Hudson, who is having a show that's actually coming out in the fall. It's going to move right into Nick Cannon's spot. I'm going to do this. Look, I like Jennifer, but I'm going to give her this. Jennifer Hudson doing a talk show. Jennifer Hudson don't have that type of personality. I'm surprised that she's as good of an actress as she is, because Jennifer, one thing I've always said about Jennifer, she's amazing as a singer. Natalia, thank you for the super chat, love. She's amazing as a singer. Don't nobody sing like Jennifer Hudson. As soon as she opens her mouth, you know exactly who she is. She is a complete and total gift from above to us. She is. Nobody can take it away. But she's awkward. She's awkward. Even when she's on stage, I've always said, even all the way back to her American Idol days, Jennifer don't know what to do with her hands when she's on stage. And it's very awkward to watch. How can I say that? Because I get on stage and I know what to do with my hands. So I know where the issue's coming in at. And I don't know. Well, I mean, I do know what to tell her to do to fix it, but it kind of comes from within. She don't know what to do with her hands. She don't. And that is why it's always very, when you're watching her, you're like, oh, is she going to fall? Is she going to trip? Is she, something get ready to happen that ain't supposed to happen? She don't know what to do with her hands. She don't. If she put one on her head, it just always looks awkward. And that's her. And her personality kind of feels with that. Even when you see her in an interview, doing an interview, it's always awkward. I'm always sitting. She always has me in an anxiety position. So that's that. Now, when she is a judge over there on The Voice, perfect. She's just being Jennifer. But does that work for a talk show? Absolutely not. And they're talking about her doing a show. Maybe if her show was more like Kelly Clarkson's, where it has music wrapped into it and she'll be able to sing through half of the show. But that ain't what she's doing. They said her show is an inspirational show. They're trying to lean back onto what it was that she, you know, all the things she went through with the death of her family members and all that stuff. They're doing the pull the heartstring thing with her. Not if she ain't singing. So I don't even know if she's going to make 6 months. I'm sorry, Jennifer, but I said it. Moving on, the Wendy Williams show. Wendy's show is going away. And I was wondering about this. I'm kind of glad they're doing this because I was like, I could see Nick Cannon being pushed into Wendy's space and him just doing it and it just being that. And then eventually they just like vibe it in and put some of his masculinity into it, but never actually take all of her away. I don't see Sherri Shepherd fitting into Wendy's space. They're different. They're completely different. Sherri is funny, but she's not the same kind of funny as Wendy. She's different. And it just don't fit. Nick is silly. So Nick could fit in the space because he's silly. But Sherri Shepherd is just Sherri Shepherd. And it's a different type of woman who's funny. You know, so I don't see it. I don't see it. But anyway, it's fine. Anyway, because that's the thing. When you look at Wendy was just awkward and silly and weird and messy. You know, you never know. She be going through emotional ups and downs, and the audience, we be going through emotional ups and downs dealing with her. And that's just the thing that made it work. When it comes to Nick Cannon, the men would want her and the women would want her too. Or want him, rather. The men would want him and the women want him too. That's why it would work. With Sherri Shepherd, you look at Sherri Shepherd, let's just be honest. She's not one of them girls where you be like, oh, all the men want her and all the women want to be her. That ain't Sherri Shepherd. Sherri Shepherd funny, but she's not quirky like that. She's just funny. She's funny and she's just Sherri. So they did the best thing, I think, by doing a fully new production. That's going to be starting in the fall. So no more Wendy Williams show. Sherri Shepherd's getting her own show. She don't got to try to fill Wendy's shoes. She just got to go over there and be Sherri Shepherd and hope for the best. I don't know. Moving on. Okay, so let's get down to what it is that we came in here for. What the hell you came in here for? Stevie J and his foolish ways, honey. Oh, Stevie. What you doing now, Stevie? Listen, let me show you what he's doing now. This is exactly what he's doing now. And you know how they say a picture is worth 1,000 words? Baby, I heard. Now listen, y'all know I'm a Love and Hip Hop Atlanta from the gate, from season 1, episode 1, baby. Right there with my paper and been reviewing and all that. I am a big fan. Love Stevie J. Always liked Stevie J. Stevie J is just Stevie J. He is reality TV gold. He is cute as a button. He is messy as hell. And did I say he was cute? And Stevie J is sexy as hell. That's just the way it is. So this has been the thing with Stevie. Stevie has kept it up. You cannot read it, baby. Stevie look good and he keeps it up. And he's that guy. He's that guy. You love to hate him because he's messy as hell. Love to hate him. But this is what he was doing. That's what Stevie was doing. Now, what did that look like to y'all? What does that look like? That don't look like your position when you're doing an interview. That don't even look like nowhere where you should be doing the interview. And in the middle of the interview, you end up with your face like that. You say, what is going on? Exactly what you think is going on and what was going on. And it wasn't Faith. You know, him and Faith is separated. They're going through divorce and all that stuff. He said, I'm here with my best friend. He was doing an interview with a lady, young lady, and he's doing the interview, and I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And I'm looking at him, and clearly Stevie was feeling no pain, okay? He's feeling no pain. He's doing Stevie, you know, he's being silly, as he's always silly, and he's very jovial, and he's doing his thing, and he is flirting, because if there's a woman anywhere in the vicinity, Stevie J, Stephen Jordan, is going to flirt, because that's what he does. Because when he looks in the mirror, he sees what we see in the mirror. And he's totally convinced that he's totally sold on what it is he has. He keeps it up. He works with it. The body is bad. All that. So Stevie knows what Stevie's working with. Stevie knows what his reputation is, and he plays the game. So he's flirting with her, and it's just a good time, and it's not too much. It's okay. But you could tell, I said, boy, you high as a Georgia pine, honey. He was, and he showed a little liquor. He's drinking liquor and whatever. I'm going to say liquor because that's what he showed that he was doing. And you know, Stevie's been through recovery, so Stevie's supposed to be cool. But he showed the bottle of liquor he was drinking. He was high as a fur coat, okay? So he's laying on the bed, and it was getting a little The interview was about his Uncensored that's coming on TV1 this weekend, okay? And the young lady, she was very knowledgeable about Stevie and his past and different things like that. So she was going ahead and she was really getting the questions in. But as she was going through, I'm like, you know a lot about Stevie. But if you really know about Stevie, you know that some of the things that you're saying are triggering him. You're triggered. I'm sitting here watching it, and it's not a really, really long interview. It's like under 18 minutes. But I'm sitting there and I'm saying, you are triggering the hell out of him. And I'm like, Stevie's not a mean guy per se, but when you trigger him, he could be a real ass. So I was like, so I just kept on watching. She asked him about a lot of stuff. She asked him about the drug issues. He answered it. She asked him about the child support and the rumor mill that he's always being followed by through social media. He answered it. And the one thing that I kept hearing her say to him that I said is triggering him, she kept saying, were your feelings hurt when this happened? Were your feelings hurt when that happened? Were your feelings hurt? And I was like, girl, first of all, he's too much of a narcissist for you to be throwing at him, were your feelings hurt? And I was like, how many times she gonna say that before he actually answers her? And one time, toward the end, right before it got ugly, he literally did say, listen, my feelings were never hurt. I said, no, he's a damn narcissist. No, his feelings ain't hurt, girl. That's just, you know, the next reason why he gonna let whoever it is have it. That's all. That's all. That's Stevie. So do you know how Faith has come out and said things publicly, and what he do? Light her ass up. Jocelyn used to do stuff, and what he do? Light her ass up. Mimi, light her ass up. You know, Stevie Patty. And narcissistic. That's just Stevie. She asked him about the versus battles. She said, you know, they're doing versus battles now with producers. Who you gonna go up against? That was triggering him. He was like, I don't go up against anybody. Them cats can't mess with me. None of them can mess with me. They named them all. Not no Timberland, not no Swiss Beats, none of them. They can't mess with me. I was like, oh, Stevie. And say, and then if it ain't being done with Diddy, I ain't messing with it. I'm out here working with Diddy. I ain't messing with that. I was like, now don't be leading him down the road and gaslighting him to say nothing bad about Swiss and Tim. She kept trying to I said, girl, you're triggering him, honey. I kept saying to myself, young lady, if you don't stop, you're going to have your ass handed to you before this interview's over, ma'am. Does anyone know James's Maud Asia's page name? It's Asia from Brooklyn. That's Supreme #1, honey. Her page number, Shawnette, is, sorry, that's not Shawnette. That's HDC 364. My Asia is Asia from Brooklyn, and it's all one word. And that's where you'll be able to find her. Please do. Please go find her and sign up for her page. I was just talking about her earlier today. She had the camera. She did a little short thing. She did the camera. The camera was this close to her face. And I looked at her and I said, you is a bad. Because who actually can get that close to the camera and still look beautiful? My Asia from Brooklyn. That's who. Supreme #1 down on Treasure Lane. Come on, Asia. I love Asia. So yes, Asia from Brooklyn. All right, back to this. It's my girl. Anyway, so yeah, just little things that we know from being around Stevie that trigger him. And then she went and she hit him with the the Eve in the sex tape and the leaking of the sex tape. And I was like, oh, because, that's always been a thing. He said he didn't leak it. Eve was mad for years, and they finally cleared it up and everything. And I said, oh, Stevie, this way. Well, let me finish that. He went ahead and he hit it, and he's like, I have no reason to have leaked that. He said it was people who were personal friends of hers who knew what was going on. They stole the tape. They leaked it. It wasn't me. They wanted to know what was going on. They wanted to really see me giving her this 13-inch. I said, oh, no, you did not just. I told you he was flirting with her. And she's kikiing and he-he-ing, and he's talking about, yeah, this 13-inch beefcake. I said, did you say like 1 and 3? 13. Come on, Stevie. I said, you were really flirting with her. And she was just gritting her skin. And honey, I ain't gonna lie, because I was over here like that. Come on, Stevie! Okay. So they were doing what they were doing. It was very grown people-esque. Okay. But before we even got to all that, as she was interviewing him in the very beginning, she's like, wait a minute. There's a hand right there. Yes, it was very clear, young lady, that there was another young lady in the vicinity as he was doing this interview. And as they're speaking, early on, he's grinning and smiling and skinning and grinning. And honey, you heard all of this slurping and blurping and going on. Baby, when I tell you, whoever it was over there with the braids, she had mixed black and blonde braids. Miss Thing was over there sucking the soul out of Stevie J. Do you understand me? He was over there and he was multitasking. I said, you are so out of order, Stevie. You too old for this. You too old for this. You know this is out of order. But I was pretty tickled. And it was just so out of order. It's like, now this is some Pornhub mess here you got going on. But she continued on with, that was my Faith, child. That wasn't Faith over there getting down, honey. Faith would have never put herself in that position. Faith got more class than that. And, that's because, again, I've been following her around forever, too. Faith got more class than that, child. He said, this is my best friend. You always got a new best friend, nasty. But whatever. And I said, this is the best. But see, the next stuff that came forth, I was like, it just went left. It went left. And this happens to this young lady. This is the same young lady I did a review a while back. She was talking to Matthew, Beyonce's Beyonce's father. And then he lit her up. Same young lady. I said, girl, you got a nudge for pushing and triggering people, and then they light you up and he hang up on you. Because when this was all over, Stevie J hung up on her too. But I was like, girl, you be nudging, and then you get what you want. Because I was just sitting there, and it just literally came to me. I said, I was watching her before somebody lit her up, and I couldn't remember who it was that lit her up. It was Matthew. It just came to me as I was sitting. You see, I got all my notes here to come talk to y'all. And I could not think of who that was that Matthew Knowles, honey, when she asked that little question. We ain't going back into that. But Matthew lit her up too and then hung up on her. So maybe she's going to be the next Wendy Williams. I don't know. But baby, they are lighting you up, sister. And Stevie set her soul on fire. Let me finish. So listen, this is what happened. So Lord, Stevie get his soul sucked out, okay? Girlie finishes it all up. Now I'm sitting there. Now, I'm out of order too. Because I just am. I'm just out of order. So as that goes on, I said, okay, so I'm watching Stevie now. When she finished him off, got on up, went on by her business. I said, this is not happening. This is just too much. Girlfriend over there still interviewing. She's tickled. She had asked him about the Mimi and Jocelyn thing. I said, oh. Then she asked him, did you ever, did you dated Mimi for like 10 years. And did you ever think about marrying her? He said, no, I dated Mimi for 20 years. And no. Oh, okay, anyway. So then she opened the door. And when she opened the door, Stevie went through it. Okay. He got out of the bed and he went to what I believe is the bathroom, because I was waiting, and that's why I said I'm out of order. Because after she sucked Stevie's soul out, y'all ready? And this is why this show is not for kids, because I was sitting here, and I ain't gonna lie to y'all, okay? Because I always want to, I'm always paying attention to the conversation that ain't being had. She sucked them up, and I was sitting there counting. I wanted to see how long Stevie was going to be laying on that bed before he had to go pee. I told y'all I was out of order. But that's where my mind was. Chat. I didn't sat through a whole damn Pornhub video while I'm trying to watch the damn interview about the TV One show. And they over there doing Pornhub stuff. So I wanted to know next thing. Too much? Is it too much? It's too much. Y'all tell me if it's too much. And I'll pull it back. I'm lying like hell. I'm going to keep going forth because that's what I do. This is kitchen table talk. These are things that you would say across the kitchen table. Y'all done pulled up a chair at my kitchen, at my table, and I'm telling you, I ain't going to lie to you. Yes, this was on YouTube, buddy. Down here to the YouTube. Yes, God, honey. And I was sitting there trying to figure out how long it was going to be before Stevie J had to go pee. So after a while, Stevie, I said, you're not an alien. Come on. You're not an alien. Go on and do what you need to do. So he went and took care of what he needed to take care of. Okay. And thank God he accessed mute or whatever he accessed, because he never got off screen, but he took care of what he needed to take care of. And then there came a thing. She says to him, now she's been interviewing him for like 15 minutes or so. And she says to him, put on some pants. Whatever. He kept telling her, that she was pretty and all of these things. And now you're saying something, I'll put on some pants. And he's like, I'm trying to show you something. And he's like, I'm doing all this for me and my wife, And I said, you got a lot going on, Steve. But that's Stevie. You just got done messing with whoever sucker girl was. And now you're talking about Faith. And then he's going to show the girl this tattoo he got of Faith. He had to pull the camera all the way down to where you can see his little V cut and stuff. So you can see this tattoo he has of Faith all down the side. I said, okay, Steve, but that's Stevie being Stevie, right? That's how Stevie did. So she's like, oh my God. And then she says, she ain't doing it but trying to save face, because she was all in, child. And she says to him, well, you needed to be putting on some pants. This, that, and the other. Then she will tell him, don't put it. You put the camera on. She'll say, put some panties on. I said, that's where you just wrote the bad check. Now, that triggered him, but he still was holding together. He was like, panties? And I said, don't do that. Don't do that, because there were a lot of accusations out there about Stevie. He went through a rough time of that. Remember the homosexuality rumors and stuff like that. He went through a lot of that stuff. And that kind of was a blow to him. He didn't like that too much. So when she said that, I was like, girl, you really are dancing on the smooth edge. I said, mess up, honey. You're going to mess up. You are really about to mess up. I said, okay. So he goes back. He gets back in the bed, back under the covers, and he's talking to her. And then she's going on. And then she dug the knife in a little more. Now, we all know Stevie. Stevie looks at the mirror and he sees what he sees, and he still think he's fine and all these things. Baby, she hit him with the death blow, honey. She tells him, she asks him about Dorian. Like just an off brand thing. It's just an off question. You tell your son I said hello? Your son Dorian, how is he? I said, I know good and damn well you didn't just sit your ass over there, ma'am. And he been flirting with you since the beginning of this interview. And you go ask him about Dorian. And then you leading in talking about how fine you think Dorian is. Now you knew damn well you was hitting him with the death blow. You know damn well Stevie's ego is fragile. You hit him with the death blow, and let me show you why. For those of you who don't know or have never seen Stevie's son Dorian, Stevie's son Dorian is just a sharp, and he is just a younger version of Stevie. Okay? So, again, Stevie's a narcissist. You think Stevie's ready to put the gauntlet down and pass everything over to Dorian? Not at all. Do you see Dorian? Stevie, in the way Stevie carries on, Dorian, he's his son, but baby, he's competition. And he been flirting with you for a whole full interview, and you bust out and throw Dorian in his face. And I said, that was the death blow. That was the death blow. So that was the death blow. And I was right. I was right. The only thing, yeah, right, she said Dorian is taller and Dorian ain't got the money, child. But, you know. I still prefer the real thing. I still prefer Stevie. Dorian don't have Stevie's body or any of that, but he definitely is. He's a good looking guy. And she just threw that out there. And like I said, it was the death blow. Stevie then returned. He said, oh, so you a little slut bag. He called her a slut bag. Flat out. Boom! I said, girl, you delivered the death blow, and he elbowed you in your throat, honey. Honey. A slut bag. I said, oh, okay. Well, and never. I said, oh, Steve. Slut bag, honey. A slut bag. She said, oh, no, don't be trying to project, because she got a little offended, honey. So it was kind of like a little thing. But everybody kept their smile on. I said, girl, you might want to leave it alone. You might want to leave it alone. Called her a slut bag. He said, you like to get down and dirty, huh? You like to get dirty. I said, oh, you the dirtiest of the dirty. She's like, oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Said, you want me Dorian. I was just saying that. I mean, and then it's kind of weird, like, because he said, he told her Dorian's going to bang you crazy. I said, oh. But see, now y'all both just inappropriate. So, you know, in another instance, I probably could say, now, Stevie, you was just out of order. You just, you know, ain't had no business doing all. But no, you knew he was flirting with you, ma'am, and you was grinning and skinning when he was flirting with you. And then you were okay. You were open to it all. You knew he was intoxicated. And you played along. You played along, and child, you was triggering him. It just was, oh, Jesus. It was a lot. It was a lot going on, and I knew it wasn't over. I was like, this is just. I said, come on, y'all finish fighting, honey. Y'all just started scrapping, honey. We here for it. Let's get it. Let's go, honey. So he goes on. She says, no. She says, see, you might be running over here, running through hoes and carrying on. Don't be trying to project on me. I'm a virgin, sir. Now he's sir. I'm a virgin, sir. I said, oh, okay. That's Stevie. You think Stevie would leave it alone? Did you think that Stevie would leave it alone? No. Stevie came back with the old 1-2, honey. The old. You chunky whore. He came back and told her, you a virgin where? In your ear? I said, oh! And then he repeated it. Oh, so you're a virgin? What, inside your ear? He said, yeah, you nasty. You nasty. You little slut bag. I said, yep. I was like, girl, you lost this one. And then he hung up on her. I said, Stevie for the win, honey. But it was so uncomfortable. It started off uncomfortable. She stayed in it, and then it just got out of order. It was out of order. And I'm not getting ready to go down into his, how old he is versus how old she is a grown woman. She was over there playing grown woman games with that grown ass man that we know do grown man things. The man made reference to his 13-inch penis. He did. And you were still sitting there talking and you wasn't offended by it? Sure did. He threw it out there, told you how beautiful you were and all of that. And you was just sitting there. You was okay. You were all right. And then you threw out there, and this was him the whole time. He didn't get drunk as we were going. He was giving this the whole time, honey. The whole time. And she was just like me when he said the 13-inch situation. She was sitting right there. She was fine sitting there under it all. So girl, you was with it. And then you did the little panty thing. You were snappy and snipey, and y'all was, it was all fun. And then when he called her a slut bag, I just was like, when you being cutesy and artsy fartsy, you can't get mad when you're not as good as the person you playing with. And that was it. He was bold enough to say what he wanted to say. And I swear, I think he was having a good time with her. And I think when she threw the Dorian thing in, it hit him. It was like punching him in his gut. It hit him in his ego. And he came back and he never wiped a smile off his face when he called her a slut bag. I said, okay. Anyway, so listen, that's it. That's all. Ain't got no more. Child, Stevie J. I don't know what you're doing, man. I don't know. You still just being Stevie, honey, and that's it. Was what it was. I don't think it's going to do anything bad for Stevie or anything good for Stevie. Stevie is just Stevie. If he has another project that is reality-based, this little interview will work wonders for what he's getting ready to do. Old girl with her interviews, girl, I don't know. You seem to like triggering people. It's cool. Listen, I'm here for it. I watch you. So that's it. I watch her. So, but I just said you get your head taken off twice, girl, by prominent folk. So listen, maybe you're the next Wendy Williams. Who knows? Anyway, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep sitting over here at Kitchen Table Talk Live, kikiing and hollering at this foolishness y'all got going on down on this internet. Yes, God, honey. And I will see you all on the next one, honey. Later.
And feel like